I want to talk about prednisone because this is supposed to be a temporary drug, and this is something that I was put on for 18 years at a high dose. And you saw the slide before, there's all these side effects, right? That may happen. It wasn't might happen, all of them happened. And it was happening during my developing years, 14 until 32. It's pretty crazy. That's the time where I'm developing my sense of self. That's the time where my hormones are developing. And, I thought that there was something wrong with me because I was constantly depressed, constantly anxious. Like my brain function wasn't working, like it wasn't functioning. And it affected my relationships with people too. Oftentimes, the people in my life didn't understand why I was so depressed, why things were so intense all of the time, and it was very isolating. It made it really easy for people to manipulate me in these situations. I was easily gaslit, easily manipulated, easily exploited. I couldn't see clearly in my life. And these drugs really affect the brain. Now, I'll talk about the physical side because the physical side became more apparent in the last few months. It really started all colliding in November. Just every week, a new health issue since November. I have been struggling. These were side effects of the prednisone, but also my body developed kind of like an allergic reaction to the drug. So on top of the side effects that were amplifying and accelerating, I was also having other side effects because of this allergic reaction. And so now that I'm off of this prednisone, I'm about a month and 2 weeks in, I have a new host of health issues. Because this drug is highly addictive, coming off of it has been harder than I thought, but it's also possible. If you are coming off of this drug, you need emotional support. You need somebody who you live with that can care for you and be there for you, not just emotionally, but physically. Some of the hard things for me have been dissociation, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts that were amplified in the first month. And then, of course, the physical side of the withdrawal and the detox started to amplify by the end of the month, leading into the second month. And that's been really more physically painful, lots of exhaustion, like to the point where, I can make myself a smoothie and then I'm wiped for 2 hours and I need to sleep because that was a really heavy task. The nerve pain is pretty extreme. Sometimes I can't walk or pick things up. It's all in my connective tissue and my joints. Basically, my nerves have been asleep for 18 years because steroid acts as a blocker in the body. So it blocks pain, it blocks inflammation, it blocks the immune function. So now my whole body is waking up. So the exciting part is that my body is going through a serious awakening, which is super exciting. But the intense part or the downside of that is pain. Lots of nerve pain, lots of joint pain, some inflammation, which can kind of emulate rheumatoid arthritis, kind of emulate the symptoms that this medication was supposed to be treating. So I went through a good period of fear in my body because I thought I was going through a flare-up, and that's not the case. It has been prednisone withdrawal and detox. It's pretty crazy. I have to say that my 3 years with this Purium lifestyle, with these superfoods, is the only reason why I've been able to come off all of my medications and, lower the medications that I am on, because it helped me regenerate. It helped to give me strength. It helped me to boost my energy levels. But really the regenerative component is a huge one, gathering up strength over the last 3 years, where my body had a new foundation, right? Like I was thinking more clearly, I had more energy, my body was beginning to wake up, and I became more aware too, because when you eat these superfoods for a consistent period of time and you improve your gut health, you start to feel more clearly, you start to see things more clearly, and I was seeing what was me and what was the drugs, and I was able to pick things apart, but also coming off of prednisone, it's making the detox symptoms, I would say less intense, and it's also offering me more support because sometimes part of the withdrawal detox symptoms is I have no appetite or I have no energy or I'm in pain, among many other things. And so it's very easy to just whip up something that has all of my greens, all of my fruits, all of my proteins, and I just drink it down. The other thing too is like big heavy meals can wipe me out because it's requiring too much of me to break this food down. So I need something that's easily assimilated. I have everything in there, but it doesn't take a toll on my digestive system and doesn't tax me of my energies. So the superfoods have been honestly a lifesaver during this time, and I'm so grateful for this Purium lifestyle to be able to get off of my medications. If I had any advice for anyone who's been taking prednisone for years, wanting to get off of it, first of all, I would say pursue this path with your health practitioner. But if they are not on board with your journey, like my doctor, and you're finding you have to do this alone, I recommend don't do it alone. You will need somebody that you trust, that you can talk to about the process, right? Someone that's not going to gaslight you or manipulate you, someone that you really trust, someone that's going to respect you and really hold space for you and listen to you. This could be a therapist, a counselor, a coach. It could be a family member, a friend. This is my number one recommendation because your mental health can be seriously impacted. And as you move through these tumultuous this path, you need someone that you can trust with your deepest feelings and thoughts. My next recommendation is anyone that can help you physically, because during this time it might be hard for you to get dressed, bathe, or like go out and run errands, get groceries, make yourself a meal, right? Sometimes I'm not able to get up from the couch and Sean literally helps pick me up from the couch. I mean, it's crazy, right? Like that's where I am right now. And so you want to have somebody that can help support you physically during this process. And also disability dreams. I've applied. I hope that, this gets accepted, but disability dreams, there's potential to get some kind of funding, financial support during this time in case you need to hire somebody for help. Myself, I'm actually doing this to get my treatments covered. I have support at home.